It's about targeting the kind of chain that you want to approach. There are basically casual restaurants and fine dining restaurants. And the main difference between the two is what you're going to submit. If you're submitting something for a casual restaurant, just keep in mind it has to be something that is high volume, that they can sell at an affordable price point. A casual chain is not going to sell something more than $200 or $300 for a bottle. They're going to be focused on stuff that is a little more affordable, more in the $60 or less price range. So keep that in mind when you're submitting the samples, and do your homework ahead of time to know what is their menu, what are they about, and try to match what you have in your portfolio to those products that they're selling. The more you can do food and wine pairings along with that, the better, because that will make your job as a sales force much more effective in approaching us. So keeping that in mind before you come to us is very helpful. For fine dining, then you can go with higher end product. You can go with product upwards of $500 or $600 or $700 a bottle, but keep in mind those are going to be for by the bottle only. So keep it separated in your mind before you approach to make sure your strategic plan is already in place. There are two different types of chains that I'm going to talk about. I've divided them basically into two. The first one is the controlled wine list. This is the restaurant where the corporate controls the entire list. You cannot approach at the store level. So you'd be really wasting your time to try to go to those accounts and try to sell wine because they don't have the ability to put them on their list. Now, some chains with controlled lists allow you possibly to do a one-time purchase for a sale, maybe pairing with a special they might be doing or something on a smaller scale. But it will be on a much smaller scale than you may want to sell your product, so you might have to look at that a different way and not approach that store directly. Go to your corporate office and have them make a plan to go to the corporate office of that chain to do the proposal for you. Then there are semi-controlled lists. Semi-controlled lists is like where I work at the Capitol Grille. Our list has a certain percentage that corporate controls, which we call the core list. The rest of the list is done at the store level, where the wine directors choose what products they want to put on the list. This also goes with alcohol, for that matter. If you have a product that you want to sell in craft beer or spirits, you can also approach the store level to get those products exposed at the different store levels. If you train your sales force to go to different locations with a strategic plan of how you're going to sell that product, they can, on the store level, get them into those individual locations. Granted, it's a slower way to go, but you have to start somewhere. And the best place to get exposure is on that back bar at a high-end restaurant that suits your product. It's great exposure for you, and you can also tag along with the staff behind that selling it. If they're into that product and are excited about it, that is your best sales force within the walls of the restaurant. Your best sales team is the staff working at the restaurant level itself.